Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning into this video. Silver is definitely in a rally. We're definitely in a bull market. The highest level in 10 months. This is the highest prices we've seen 10 months for silver. And this article is going to be talking about how silver is soaring, outpacing gains in the S&P 500 and gold. Silver outperforming gold. We knew that this would happen as the gold to silver ratio starts to normalize back to average levels. So before we start, I want to mention that we're approaching 28,000 subscribers. So if you could smash that like button, subscribe, because I post daily videos. You want to be informed on a day-to-day basis what's going on in the world of precious metals, and I am your guide. This is your channel. With that said, let's jump into it. So silver prices climbed to their highest level in 10 months Monday, lifted by factory reopenings and soaring investor demand for precious metals. We've seen silver demand increasing drastically and dramatically with many reasons, and the higher the price goes, the more attractive it's going to look for new investors, and people are going to be putting their money in, which gives it support to rise higher. Futures linked to the metal rose 2.3% to $19.50 a troy ounce in New York, putting them on course for their highest settlement since September 2019. Silver prices have soared 66% since their netter in mid-March, outstripping gold in the S&P 500 and ICE BOFA index of U.S. government bonds. Investors have snapped up precious metals in recent months, encouraged by the extraordinary steps central banks and governments have taken to shore up economic growth during the virus pandemic, talking about pumping all this money in. The drop in short-term interest rates and the Federal Reserve's purchases of a range of bonds have lowered yields in a swath of debt markets, reducing the opportunity cost of owning precious metals which pay no income. Silver prices have also benefited from the reopening of factories in the U.S., China, and elsewhere. Silver has widespread industrial applications in making solar panels, which is green energy, medical equipment and consumer electronics with 5G technology, electric vehicles, and more. And that's among other goods. As a result, prices typically rise when economic growth accelerates, a key difference between silver and gold. Gold usually accelerates when the economy is bad. Silver usually accelerates when the economy is good, because silver is so intertwined with the economy and with, industrial applications and day-to-day needs. So one popular way for investors to buy precious metals is via exchange-traded funds, or ETFs. Assets under management in BlackRock's iShares Silver Trust, the biggest silver-backed ETF, have risen by almost $2.45 billion to $9.72 billion this year, according to FactSet. Gold has also seen a surge in appetite among investors in recent months. Prices have climbed 22% since March 16th to $1,812 a troy ounce. That has put the metal hair a breath away from its record high of $1,924 notched in September 2011, when we also saw $50 silver, which was the highest price. So gold is already nearing its highest all-time price. Silver hasn't done that yet, so silver still is brewing up, waiting to explode, while gold already has. And since silver is more volatile than gold, silver usually passes the amount of gold, or like, let's say gold rises 17%, silver is going to be rising 25-30% because it's more volatile. It hits higher highs. So as gold has become steadily more expensive, some investors have opted to buy silver instead, which is also true. Silver is a cheaper, more affordable way to go. Senior precious metal strategist at ABN AMRO Bank says that. So Bull expects silver prices to end the year slightly higher than they are now at $20 an ounce, but predicts swings in the coming months. I definitely think there's going to be some dips as people capitalize and take some profits, but I also see it going higher. The Silver Institute predicts $21 silver, which is crazy because they never do forecasts, but if they are bullish, then they must have some information to back that. So giving prices an extra lift. The pandemic has disrupted mines in Latin America, the world's main silver-producing region. It also has made it difficult to transport the metal to regions where demand is high. An outbreak of this virus among staff last week prompted London-based Hochschild's Mining plc, for instance, to halt operations at its Inmaculada gold-silver mine in southern Peru. There is no danger of the world running out of silver, said Mrs. Bull, unlike palladium or platinum, which are produced in large quantities by only a handful of countries. Silver is mined across Latin America as well as China, Australia, and Russia. Elsewhere in commodities, oil prices fell ahead of a meeting of key members of the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries and its Russian-led allies on Wednesday. An alliance of crude producers led by Saudi Arabia is pushing the cartel to boost production starting in August, delegates said over the weekend. Brent crude futures, the benchmark in the international energy market, slipped 1.2% to $42.72 a barrel. 3-month copper forwards contracts, the London Metal Exchange rose above 6,500 a metric ton for the first time since April 2019 and briefly hit $6,633, their highest price in more than 2 years. The last leg in the base metals rally was sparked by worries of a supply shortfall after the Antofagasta PLC mine in central Chile vote to go on strike. So, very interesting stuff. I definitely think that a lot more people are seeing silver's potential, and they're going to be more bullish, and is also going to entail more money coming to the markets. So here's another article from dailyforex.com talking about the silver forecast, noisy but optimistic. There is a lot of speculation, and I want to see both sides of the coin, so this is going to be a very interesting article. The silver markets initially gapped higher to kick off the trading session on Wednesday, but drifted a bit lower as we filled the gap rather quickly. Later in the day, we saw quite a bit of volatility in general, and that is good for precious metals as people go running towards safety. That being said, silver has to deal with the fact that it is also an industrial metal, so it does cause a little lag and a little bit over time. So, however, that did not seem to be the case during the trading session on Wednesday, as it actually outperformed gold for once. To the downside, I see the $19 level as being rather important, so I would anticipate that there should be a certain amount of pressure in this market for the upside level. I would be a buyer of supportive candle or a bounce in that general vicinity, as it would represent a certain amount of value. To the upside, the most obvious problem right now is the $20 level, which will attract significant attention. And this is true. If silver breaks above that $20 level, it could be huge. So because of this, it is worth noting that the market is going to be paying attention to that big significant figure, but also we should pay attention to the fact that we might be a little bit stretched at this point, and they're mentioning there's definitely going to be a correction, or there should be a correction or dip coming soon. So it is probably worth noting that the US dollar looks like it could have slightly positive session on Thursday, and it will work against that value of silver, at least in theory. If that is the case, then we could see a bit of a pullback, but I look at the pullback as offering a nice buying opportunity. I have no scenario in which I'm willing to sell the precious metals right now, but I do recognize that timing is a part of the trick. With all that being said, I do believe that there is only one direction that you can trade it as a result. It will simply ignore negativity until we break down below the 50-day EMA, which is currently trading at $17.84. It would take quite a bit to send the market back down to that level, so it is simply a matter of looking for some type of bounce or supportive looking candle on the short-term charts to take advantage of this strong, obvious trend. So it's definitely true. I want to break down something real quick. He said timing is everything, and that's so true. It's not about what you buy or how you buy, it's when you buy. Timing is everything. You can, especially with an investment or a metal like silver that's extremely volatile. One day silver could be $18, the next day it could be $18.50. If you buy low and sell high, buy the dips, sell the tops, you can make a lot of money. There's a lot of potential, but not everyone does that. See, here's the thing. This herd mentality actually makes people buy high and sell low. They buy it when silver has already rallied, because that's when everyone's talking about it. That's when there's the most attention about it. But see, here's the thing. We already have the inside scoop. We have the information knowing that it's going to in the future. So instead of buying it after it already explodes, or after it already rallies, we buy it while it's cheap and sell it while it's high. Most people are going to buy it in a couple months after silver has already exploded, thinking it's going to go higher, and that's actually when it's probably going to drop. So you want to, and that's because we're selling it, right? The producers the producers turn into the consumers, and the consumers turn into the producers at this point. So you definitely want to play the game right, and you don't want to overthink it. You don't want to overanalyze it. You don't want to have emotional attachment. You want to look at these markets unbiasedly and realistically. That's how you are going to succeed. It's investing 101, ladies and gentlemen. So I definitely want to hear your perspective, your insight, your knowledge, your thoughts, your concerns, your speculation, your opinion on the markets right now. What do you think about silver? Is it going to hit $20 next or $18 next? It's definitely going to be crazy. I definitely think that silver has a lot more potential to grow for several different reasons. And if you want to know those reasons, check out any of my last videos. I talk about it constantly. So anyways, I'm going to be posting the link to these two articles. If you did enjoy them, the one talking about silver soaring, outpacing gold, and the S&P 500, and also how silver is noisy but optimistic. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button. Let's get me to 28,000 subscribers. Next big target is 30,000 for me. I am so excited. I'm going to keep posting videos, keep giving you the newest, latest, freshest information so you can stay up to date with your silver stack and you can strategize accordingly. Thank you so much for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.